Alright, hey guys, it is the morning of the concert and I'm getting ready, but as you can probably tell by the clothes I'm wearing, I'm not getting ready for the concert itself because unfortunately I have to go to college before the concert. But literally, I am so excited. I've been a fan of Harry Styles since I was, no joke, like 6 years old. When they were in One Direction, I was like a die-hard fan of One Direction. Some people might think you can't be a fan of like a music artist or something when you're that young, but literally I loved One Direction. I remember when I was 6 they went on a tour and I think it was 2015, and I literally begged and begged and begged my mum for tickets to that tour, but she was like, you're too young, and to be honest I probably was. But yeah, I've literally been wanting to see him since I was 6 years old, and today I am going for real. Then I'm actually going to see Louis in April as well, which I'll vlog that as well. So I get to see 2 of them. And I do want to go and see Niall at some point. I'm not that big of a fan of Zayn's music, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I love Zayn, but I'm just not a great fan of his music, so I probably won't go and see him. But I really like Niall's and Louis as well. So there'll probably be vlogs or concert things when I go and see them. And we're staying in accommodation overnight in Manchester, so I have to pack when I come back. I've got like half my outfit because I have my gazelles, which are like pink and blue, and then I bought the other day like this because I was trying to find one of them concert skirts where it's like silver and it has like the little like circle things. I don't know if you know what I mean, because like for the disco vibes, because the album's called Kiss All the Time Disco Occasionally, so it's very like disco vibes. So I was trying to find one of them skirts, but I couldn't find any. But I did find, because I only thought of getting my concert outfit like a week in advance for some very odd reason, but I did find like this pink version of that. So I'm going to be wearing that, and then I think I'm going to wear it with either a black shirt or a black crop top, but I don't know yet, I haven't decided. And then I'm wearing my blue and pink gazelles because that goes with the skirt. As I said, I have to go to college now first for like an hour. It's only form, so hopefully he just lets me go early. So I'm gonna go and do that, and then when I get back, I'll show you guys my outfit. We'll pack, and then yeah, we'll leave and go to the concert. Okay, I just finished my form lesson that I had to go to. We were only there for like half the lesson, so I was only there for like half an hour. But my mum's gonna pick me up, and I'm gonna go and get changed for the concert. I'm literally so excited. I stayed up till, it's because it's one night only. He's going through the whole of his new album from the start to the end, and then he'll be playing like a few extra songs. I really hope he plays Matilda because that's my favourite song, and I would love to see that performed like live. But I stayed up till midnight last night when his new album came out to listen to some of his songs, and they are very different to like some of his other songs in his other album, but I honestly love them. I really liked Watercolours, that was my favourite. But yeah, I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna finish packing, and then we're gonna go. Yeah, I've just finished my lesson at college. We were able to leave early, so I've just finished packing my suitcase. I don't know how I packed a whole entire suitcase for one night, but I'll show you guys bits and bobs that are in there in a minute in my outfit for tonight. But I'm gonna eat some lunch now because we're leaving at like 12:30, so I want to eat before I go because the journey's like 2-3 hours. Yeah, I'm literally so excited because it's the one night only. Apparently he's going through all of his songs on his new album from start to finish, and then at the end he'll probably play like some of his more popular songs, maybe a One Direction song. If that happens, I will actually die. But yeah, I stayed up till 12 last night to listen to his album, and I honestly really like it. I feel like this album's faced a lot of criticism, but I actually really like it. It's just different to a lot of his other songs. My favourite song on there is probably Watercolours, but I hope he plays Matilda from his old album because that's my all-time favourite song. Like, out of all artists, I love Matilda. I'll literally die if he plays that. But basically, just a quick rundown of kind of like what's in my suitcase. Obviously, I've got makeup and skincare for tomorrow. I've got my iPad because I'm a student, so I need to work and somewhere. Got my brushes. I've got my outfit for tomorrow. This is the skirt that I'm wearing tonight. I'm absolutely obsessed with it, but I have 3 different tops options to wear with it because I still haven't decided, so I'm just gonna pack all 3, so we'll see which one I actually end up wearing tonight. So yeah, and then I've got my outfit for tomorrow, hair brushes, stuff like that, and then perfume, and then my headphones because I have to edit a YouTube video when I'm there, which is coming out tonight, so I'll probably do it in the car or as soon as I get there. So I need my headphones for that, but I'm not gonna take everything out. Obviously you don't really need to see everything, it's just clothes, and then makeup and skincare so I can get ready for tonight and stuff, and then also pyjamas, chargers, just boring stuff. And then I'm packing my gazelles because it's a Harry Styles concert, so obviously I needed to pack my gazelles. I think I'm just gonna wear these tonight, but I might change into them later because it does go really well with this outfit as well. But because they have the pink stripes on, they go with this skirt for tonight. But obviously I can go to a Harry Styles concert without my gazelles, so I'm packing them. And I almost forgot to pack them. I would have cried, but I think I'm just going to wear my Nike shoes down tonight. But yeah, that's it. Okay, I'm packing this white denim jacket as well because it matches with my outfit. And I'm bringing my actual thick coat to wear outside. But if it's like still cold inside, then I want at least like a thin layer to wear over my skirt and stuff. So I'm packing this. And I'm having baked potatoes for lunch before we leave. Also, we got some snackage. We made it to the accommodation. Okay, at this point I was trying to figure out what outfit to wear because I packed 3 t-shirts, so I just laid them out and thought that would help me decide, but I couldn't, so I ended up trying every single one on. So this is the first one. It's like with the light pink top. And then this is the second one, which was just, they all have the same skirt, but this one just had a black crop top. And then this was the last one, which is very similar to the second one, but it's just a normal shirt, which this is the one I ended up going with. But then I did like the cropped element, so I thought I could just tuck it in like that. And I did end up wearing it like that for some of the night, but when we were outside and that, I just wore it long. Then after that I just got ready and ended up doing my skincare and makeup and stuff for the night. This part was supposed to be like a little get ready with me vibe, but for some reason the video cut off like part of my head and the sound went dodgy, so that's why I'm voiceovering it. But yeah, I just got ready. Also, let me just say we ended up staying in an Airbnb for this, and the accommodation was definitely not what we expected. The Airbnb was literally in the back of a church, but it worked. Anyway, this is me right ready for the concert, so let's go. We are now leaving to go and get the tram. Actually, so excited. I don't know how far away the tram is, but I don't know why these pieces of my hair keep sticking up. I just had food for dinner and I genuinely just ate the best burger I've literally ever eaten in my whole entire life. It was so good, but now we are catching the tram into the stadium. The tram is just next to the restaurant that we're at. But it is like 6 already and the doors open at 6:30, so we are running a bit late because the food took longer to come than expected, but it's fine. The concert normally doesn't start till ages after the doors open anyways, and the tram's only like 10 minutes long, so we should get there in time. Okay, then we ended up making it. The queue was absolutely massive. I think they had a technical issue with the barriers or something, but the queue was literally snaked around the whole entire thing. They literally ran out of room to put people, and we ended up waiting in the queue for around an hour and a half, I think, so it was pretty long, but it was worth it. It's the next day. I'm so tired, but I'm going to explain a bit about like how the concert worked, what went down, stuff like that. So basically, when we walked in and scanned our tickets, there was a lady, and obviously you had to put your bags in these like plastic wallet things. And then after that, you walk forwards and you got one of these cameras, which are actually really cool. They're like disposable cameras. But it was one between two, like the person that you booked the ticket with. And I'm pretty sure they might have run out towards the end, but we were like in the middle and they still had like probably a few hundred. So I don't know how many people ended up actually getting the cameras, but they were pretty cool. And on the cameras, each camera has like 27 photos that you can take, and you can put like the flash on and off and stuff like that. And then after you can, I haven't done mine yet, but we're going to develop the photos on them. So obviously you weren't allowed your phones inside the venue, but I did see quite a few people on their phones taking videos, like taking them out and stuff. I think some people did end up getting kicked out if they were on their phones taking videos and stuff. It's literally the one singular rule he set, like not to film stuff and stuff. People obviously had to go ahead and break it. Like there was people filming and taking photos and stuff, but most people were using these. It was just like the odd person. But we got standing tickets, and the stage was like a round one in the middle, so you could stand all the way around, and no one was stood. Like the floor was not that busy. No one was stood kind of like round the side. So there was like round the back way, like runs through the thing, and we stood like round the side. But on the round stage, there's like miniature stage kind of pathway things that came off, like one at the front and two either side. And his stage presence was so good. Like every song he was going all the way around the stage onto all of the side stages. Like every time he came on the side stage, which was in front of us, we were probably at the back of the standing at the side. But every time he came onto the side stage, we were literally like 5 feet away from him, because the side like wasn't that wide. Even when he was on the real stage, he was still pretty close. And also James Corden was there as well, so when he came in, everyone went crazy. There was a few other of Harry's friends there as well, but none of them that I know of. I don't think any of them, the other ones, are like celebrities, just like more personal friends. And because the one night only thing's being put on Netflix on Sunday, there was cameras everywhere. There was like a massive one going along the roof. There was loads of people filming everywhere. There was also like camera crew taking photos of people. I'm presuming for Harry's Instagram or for the film, I don't know. But the doors were supposed to open at like 6, half 6, but they ended up opening at like 7:30, 7:45. And then the show didn't start until 9, but about half an hour before the show started, a massive clock came on one of the screens, which was pretty cool. It was like a customised one that said like kiss all the time, disco occasionally. And then when the clock struck 9, that's when Harry came out. And then obviously everyone went crazy, and he started with Aperture, and then he did kind of like a speech. He did a few speeches. I'll explain the speeches more towards the end because they're all kind of similar in a way. And then he started on his new album, and as expected, obviously he went from the start with Aperture all the way to the end of his new album. And let me just say, although I did already like the songs when I was like listening to the album, they are so much better live. The songs were genuinely even better live compared to the actual like videos. And this is the first time I've seen Harry live, and genuinely it was so good. His vocal cords were insane, everything, the lighting, the music, just the vibes, incredible. And he did do quite a few speeches, kind of like why he was singing his new album. So a lot of them were to do with kind of like the power of music and how important music is to him, and how music can bring people together, and just how he's so thankful for everyone that was there. And he kept thanking us for being in the room, and it was so wholesome. He sang Aperture before he started singing some of his other songs. He was thanking everyone for celebrating the release of his album and taking the time out of their night to celebrate his release of the album in the room with him tonight. As I said, he talked a lot about the power of music and how it brings people together, and a lot about how he's so proud of kind of the community that he's built, and like looking at the room. And just he also was mentioned like the state of the world right now. Like obviously we're in like a very scary stage and things just seem kind of hopeless, but he was talking about how nights like this and kind of his community and seeing us all there supporting him gives him kind of like hope for the future, and it is possible. Kind of like makes him more hopeful because of the state that the world is in right now. Obviously we all know the crazy stuff that's going on in the world right now, and I've seen a lot of rumours on TikTok about Harry crying and stuff. I wouldn't really say he was crying, but there was definitely multiple times where I did get emotional, like listening to everyone singing along, and he just kind of paused and was like, he did a lot of deep breaths and stuff, maybe like some eye watering, but I wouldn't say any specific crying. Not like in the last show where he like broke down crying on his knees, not like that type stuff. But I think a lot of the speeches, like, it's just, I think one of the really good things about Harry's concert is you can genuinely tell that he cares about what he's doing, and he loves what he's doing, and he loves his fans, and that comes across in his like performance, because you could genuinely tell he was loving what he was doing. His dance moves were on top, let me just say that. He was dancing around the stage the whole entire 2 hours, and he also had backup dancers in his band of course, but he was hitting the dance moves that he did in the Brits Awards, if anyone watched. Genuinely just so like appreciative of all the people that come and support him, and it was literally just so wholesome. And let me say, all of the fans that I met there as well was so nice. I talked to a few, met a few. They're genuinely like some of the nicest people I've ever met in my life. Everyone was talking to me, everyone was like really nice, and we did get lost a couple of times because we've never been to, my mum used to go to concerts all the time, but she's never been to the Co-op Live in Manchester, so we didn't really know what we were doing or where we were going, and a lot of people there, like the fans, helped us, which was so helpful. Genuinely, it was literally the best night of my life, and I can't like express enough. Although the songs was so good when I listened to them on the album originally, they were so much better live. Like if you have a chance to see Harry live, do it. It's so good. Literally, it was incredible. I would do it all over again. In fact, I have tickets for London in, actually I don't know when it's for. I think it's in like a few months, but I have tickets to see him again in London, which obviously isn't for one of these type of shows, like his album release. Obviously it was one night only, but obviously for a different show, so I might have vlogged that as well. And I'm so glad I might get to see him again, because we were considering selling the tickets since we bought them before we got the one night only, but now I think I enjoyed it so much we might just keep them and go. But after we played through all of the songs on the album, he kept kind of like pranking us after the last song on the album. He kept kind of pranking us that he was going to leave and stuff, and then he kept coming back and he did a few more songs. So after he went through his whole of his new album in his entirety and he like scammed us that he was leaving, then he came back and he played, I can't remember which one he played first, but he played 3 of his old songs. So he played The Dining Table, which is really rare. I feel like he never plays that, so that was really, really cool to see live. He played Golden, and then he played Sign of the Times. 3 really, really, really good songs. Let me just say, when he started playing the old songs, that stadium was so loud. Genuinely, I almost went deaf, but in the best possible way. Like, that would be my favourite way to go deaf ever. If I'm gonna go deaf, that's what I want to go deaf from. But he started, when he was announcing that he was playing like each song, he was like, I'm not gonna play blah blah blah. Everyone screamed so loud. I genuinely thought I went deaf at some point. After the concert, my ears were ringing for like an hour and a half straight, and I was trying to get to sleep and I couldn't because my ears were ringing so loud. And obviously people did know the words, like some of them, to his new songs for his new album, which he played through at the start. But obviously it literally came out midnight the day like before. So it came out midnight, and then like the same day the concert was on that night. So people like learned it, like parts of them. I knew like the choruses of most of them and like a little bit. Obviously Aperture, that's been out for a while, so I knew that one. But obviously for the actual new album songs, the stadium wasn't as loud. So when he started announcing his other songs at the end and stuff, it was like genuinely so loud. And when he was actually playing the songs, everyone was singing them. It was, let's just say, vibes were immaculate. And then yeah, he left. And obviously everyone can view the whole entire concert thing on Netflix tomorrow, but genuinely best night in my life. Genuinely, that was the best concert I've ever been to, and the first concert I've ever been to. Okay, after that I just got ready for bed, brushed my teeth, did my skincare because I was so tired. Mate, I'm actually so tired. Good night.